This is Ashley Gardner. I'm the Director of Children's Ministries at MLEPC, and this is my son Nathaniel and my other son Theo. We are coming at you from inside of a what?
Fort.
A fort. Who built the fort?
Me and Dad and you.
What about Theo?
And Theo.
And Theo. So we are at home, as most all of you are, with the coronavirus, with COVID-19, and we are trying to stay busy. So we are at home doing fort building and playing with lots of toys, going on walks when we can, and coloring with sidewalk chalk. But the fort building was really fun today. So we were trying to think of what story would go well.
We'll still build the fort.
We're going to finish the fort when we get done. So we were trying to think of what story would go really, really well with a fort. So something that would look like a cave. Or a pit. What story would go well with a fort? Which one did we think? Daniel and the Lion's Den. Why would that go well with a fort?
Because this looks like a den.
A den with what? Scary
Lions.
lions. Oh.
I don't even say lions.
Maybe you guys are the lions. Can I see some scary lion faces?
I'm not even the lion.
Theo, are you a scary lion? Let me see a scary lion roar. Roar. Boys and girls, you at home can do a scary lion roar too. So we are going to read our story. It is called Daniel and the Scary Sleepover. Things were not looking good for God's people. They had been captured and taken far from home, and now they were slaves of the king of Babylon. But God had not left his people. He was with them, and he was looking after them. Daniel loved God and obeyed him. Now God made Daniel able to understand lots of difficult things, so it wasn't long before the king of Babylon noticed him. King Darius liked how clever Daniel was. He made Daniel his most important helper of all and put him in charge of lots of other helpers. But the other helpers didn't like this. They wanted the king to like them best, so they wanted to get rid of Daniel. How were they going to get rid of him?
Throw him inside the lion's den.
But the king wasn't going to let that happen. The king liked Daniel. Who were they going to have to trick? The king. Let's see. Let's see how they're going to do that. So they spied on Daniel. They tried to find things wrong with Daniel. Things they could tell the king. Things they could, but there weren't any. Why couldn't they find any things that they could tell the king that Daniel was doing wrong?
I don't know.
Was Daniel doing anything wrong?
No.
Nope, none. They couldn't find anything at all. Except there was just this one thing. Every day, 3 times a day, without fail, no matter what, Daniel went to his room, closed the door, and prayed. Daniel made sure every single day he prayed. Boys and girls, do you pray at home?
Yeah.
Do you pray?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they knew he prayed. Is praying a bad thing?
No.
But the other people, the officials, were going to try to convince the king that Daniel could not pray anymore. Let's see how they do that. They smiled to themselves. Let's get the king to make a law. No one is allowed to pray to anyone except to the king. Daniel won't obey this law, and he will be punished. They were pleased with themselves for being so clever and hurried off to tell the king. The king liked their idea. He didn't know they were tricking him, so he made it into a law. Everyone must pray only to me. If you don't, the lions will have you for their dinner. Do you think that would be good?
No.
No. Daniel heard this. He knew it was wrong to pray to anyone except God. How did he know that? How did he know it was bad to pray to anyone else?
Because he was God. God's servant.
Because he was God's servant. Where could he read about that God said you're not supposed to pray to anyone else?
In the Bible.
In the Bible. It was one of the 10 Commandments. He had to do what God said, whatever it cost him, even if it meant he would die. So Daniel went to his room, closed the door, and prayed. No matter what it was going to cost him, he was going to do it. Oh boy. Do these look like scary lions or
What?
nice lions?
Mean.
Mean lions. Have you ever been to the zoo before?
Yeah. Wah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen lions at the zoo?
Wah.
Yeah, they're really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah.
Would you want to be in the little lion area at the zoo? Would you want to be up close to the lions?
No.
No. What would happen, do you think, if you went in the lion area at the zoo? Do you think they would eat you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really pretty to look at from far away, but we're never supposed to get close to lions because lions would eat people.
Wow.
And that's what they were going to do to Daniel. Okay, let's see what happens. That's just what the bad men knew Daniel would do. They skipped straight off to tell the king. "Oh, your most glittering highness! Your law says, does it not, that everyone must pray to you alone, sire?" "Yes," said the king. "Oh, magisterial brightness! Then correct us if we're wrong, but it would seem that Daniel prayed to God, not to you." The king was sad. He had been tricked. He didn't want to hurt Daniel, but he couldn't change his law. And so he let the soldiers throw Daniel to the lions. "May your God, who you love so much, rescue you," the king said. So let's see what happens. Do you think God can protect Daniel while he's in the lion's den?
Yes.
Yes. Can he save him from the lions?
Yes.
Let's see what he does.
He saved him.
Let's read. The king went back to his palace, but he didn't sleep that night. Not a wink. He tossed and turned until finally, at the first glance of dawn, he leaped out of bed and ran straight to the den. "Daniel," he cried, "has your God rescued you?" What do you think the king was expecting to hear?
Yes.
Do you think the king thought that God was going to save Daniel? Or do you think the king thought Daniel was going to be dead?
God saved him.
God saved him? Thea, what do you think? Do you think he was expecting him to be dead or alive?
Alive.
Alive? What about Thea?
Alive.
Alive? You think alive too? Let's see. "Yes!" Daniel shouted. "God sent an angel to close the lions' mouths." And there, resting his head on Daniel's lap, was the biggest lion, purring like a little kitten. The king brought Daniel out of the den. "Look," he said, "Daniel doesn't even have a scratch." The king made a new law. Daniel's God is the true God, the God who rescues. Pray to him instead. God would keep on rescuing his people, and the time was coming when God would send another brave hero like Daniel who would love God and do what God said, whatever it cost him, even if it meant he would die. And together they would pull off the greatest rescue the world has ever known. Who was that hero that God was going to send?
Jesus!
Did Jesus give his
Jesus!
life? Did Jesus have to die?
Yes.
Yes. Why did Jesus die?
Because he had to sacrifice all the sins.
He had to die to pay the price for all of our sins. You're right. He loved us so much that he did not want us to get punished. He took the punishment for us. All right. Well, I want you boys and girls to remember that God is able to change situations. Even when things are really bad, even when things aren't going well, that God is the one in control and God can make things right again. So just like you got burned on the fake candle.
No.
So just like God was able to change the situation for Daniel, God can change situations for you guys as well. Thank you so much for joining us today from our tent as we were in PJ's hall. Jeez. I hope you're enjoying quarantine with your families. Shh. And remember, God is the one in control. God can change situations, even like he did for Daniel. So be trusting in him. If you would like a Jesus Storybook Bible for your families, I would love to get one to you. We have a bunch at church that I could drop off for you. So contact me and I can bring it over. Be reading at home with your families. Enjoy this time. And we love you guys. We'll be talking to you guys again soon. Can you guys say bye to the church?
Bye. Bye. Now it's going to be YouTube.
Bye, church.
Bye.